Hello, my name is Sarah Charles. I work as an international officer at the Arts University Bournemouth. I'm going to talk to you a bit about creative degrees from a specialist arts university like AUB, where they can take you and show you some real examples of students who've gone on to achieve very successful businesses and become entrepreneurs. We are a small university with around 3,700 students. The Arts University is a leading specialist university, offering high quality, further creative education, undergraduate and postgraduate courses in art, design, media and performance. We've recently been voted the top UK specialist art and design university by the Sunday Times Good University Guide 2021. I'm hoping that by the end of this presentation, I might have convinced you that there are some varied opportunities just waiting for graduates with creative degrees and skills and attributes that a creative degree can give. We are a living, breathing academic environment for creativity, and we really do make amazing things happen. So let's get started. Of course, a creative degree, like any other, can be different for each student. It depends on your personal ambition and drive, but I do like this description from an AUB student last year who said that a creative degree gave her that platform to understand what kind of person she was and how she could leverage that going forward into her career. All creative degrees at AUB have transferable skills within them, but the list here gives an example of courses who have business and entrepreneurship at their core. In animation, it's important to be able to story tell, to be able to pitch ideas with confidence. In architecture, planning and precision is essential, and attention to detail and great stamina. For commercial photography, you need determination to be able to go out and seek those contracts and be very proactive. Creative events management, you need business planning and ideas. You need to be adaptable and always come up with exciting new ways of doing things. Creative writing, you need to be able to put together a convincing argument, and communication is essential. For design and graphic design, strategic thinking is needed in order to address challenging problems that we all face today. And visual communication requires persuasive, informative visual solutions to challenging problems. The following slides are some recent graduate successes. Andrew, who graduated a few years ago, had always dreamt of becoming a Disney animator. He's worked on some big blockbuster films like Toy Story 3, The Good Dinosaur and Finding Dory. He talks here about how he found his time at AUB fun and interesting, being surrounded by like-minded people, and how he got the opportunity to work on some juicy projects. He thought the facilities were good, and Bournemouth as a town was a great place to live. Jack Cooper used his final postgraduate project in architecture to explore how architecture could help those suffering from clinical depression. A team of graduates who met on animation worked together to produce an animated series, and they'll be pitching their work at the World Animation Forum this autumn. And who hasn't once dreamt of running away to the circus? And Mia did just that when she landed a job as a wardrobe technician with Cirque du Soleil, and went on to become the first female technician and performer. Tanya, whose work you can see here, combines mysterious characters and worlds with more traditional techniques. She used this way of animation to explore psychology and mental health. She's been recognised as a 2020 graduate to watch. This commercial photographer, Gianluca, won 3 awards during his final year and has been shortlisted for the Welcome Photography Prize 2020. Emma combines beautiful forms and organic nature to form ecotherapy, reconnecting humans to nature through the act of forest bathing. And Joel Wallace has proposed the first ever representation of East Africa at the Venice Biennale for 2023. The project incorporates changing atmospheres with different scales, zooming in and out. Josh and Jamie, graduates from graphic design a few years ago, have gone on from strength to strength with their business, working with international and local companies, designing brand campaigns and launches for some international companies like Nescafe, Lush, and Ted Baker. Staying with graphics, this year's crop swept the board with awards and wins at various exhibitions attended by students and employers looking for employees. For something a bit more unusual, this model making student designed some boot bananas that deodorize shoes. And Liv and Dom worked together to create and sell quirky gifts and characters. Hopefully, these examples are giving you a taste of the diversity and success of graduates and how a creative degree combines thoughtful design and skilled craft to create highly commercial projects and products. Here's a few famous names you might recognise. Sir Peter Cook, who studied at Arts University in the 1950s. More recently, Wolfgang Tillmans, who studied photography in the 90s, has gone on to become a critically acclaimed photographer with publications like Vogue, and actually was the first photographer to win the Turner Prize. John Richards studied HND, film and television, and has gone on to work with celebrities including Usain Bolt and Stephen Fry. He specialises in hidden camera shots. And Nick Knight, who studied photography in the 70s, has photographed famous names like Naomi Campbell and was commissioned to shoot official portraits of the Queen and Prince Charles for the Queen's 20th birthday. And here are some of the places our graduates tell us they go. You can see some well-known names here, some international ones, local ones, and some that you might think are a bit more unusual. I promised some theory, and here it is. This government report by Nesta identifies that creative jobs are less at risk of automation than other non-creative jobs, because they rely on originality and innovation. There are also some statistics and links which suggest that Oman has a very young population with the potential and ability to build a thriving economy along with government support. This rather spidery looking diagram lists on one side the attributes that creative graduates achieve from their study, and on the right is a list of skills identified and needed for entrepreneurs. You can see they match pretty closely, and in fact there are actually more listed under creativity, like human-centered, something you'll have seen in some of the graduate success stories and important going forward into the 21st century. These are our main full-time programs. Our foundation program is the one-year program that prepares students for the rigors of study at bachelor. It's not compulsory for students to take this one-year program or 6-month program. You can see here there's an international foundation diploma. But for some students who've not quite decided yet which of the specialisms they'd like to go into, this is a great idea for them to continue to explore and experiment with different media and different types of specialism. Then, of course, there's our BAs. There are 23 of them, and you've seen examples of some of the student work. This one here is an example of student work from the makeup program. And then there's our master's courses, which complement and build on the bachelor programs that you've seen throughout this presentation. They allow students to interrogate the subject further, or perhaps combine with a subject that they hadn't necessarily thought of. They support the students' learning with theory and original and innovative outcomes. And this is our campus and location. You can see here on the right on the pink map, we're located in the south of the UK, right down at the bottom there where the sunshine emblem is. We're very close to Europe. In fact, France, the coast of France is only about 23 miles away. We're also about 2 hours away from London by train, and it's easily accessible for students to get there in a day and back. There's beautiful countryside around us and places like Bath and Oxford are close by. And we have our beautiful beaches, as you can see there in the picture in the top right. Miles and miles of sandy beaches and lovely clear water. Our students and staff enjoy a single campus, all the facilities and everything they could possibly need to enjoy their studies, as well as head-turning architecture, like the drawing studio you can see in the top left there, and sculptors dotted around the campus for inspiration and places to stop and chat for students. Our courses have collaboration and employability at their core. All of this is underpinned, though, by theoretical underpinning, and business is built in. Graduates go on to become business owners and drivers for change. We think of ourselves as a microcosm for the creative industries. We achieve this by reflecting the creative industries. Teamwork is built into all our courses. Students work in teams within their course, but also across different disciplines. They build professional networks amongst their own discipline, but also with other disciplines and across the university, not just for projects whilst they're studying, but also for their future professional lives. Many students take on professional placements at industry, and industry often come to campus to talk with students about the industry and how and what they can do to achieve success. A number of courses have live briefs, and there are networking events that our careers department put on regularly for students to attend. And then, of course, at the end of every year, there's our glorious graduate summer shows where students get to display their work in all its glory on campus and nationally. The following few slides are examples of how business and careers are brought to campus. Industry professionals come to campus to meet and talk with students. This initiative was part of a career Kickstarter week and saw top industry professionals from art, design, marketing and film sharing their unique insights with students and graduates as part of this career Kickstarter session. These are the kinds of things that students learn about. Virtual learning platforms. Sam Howell, who guides students through the process of starting a business. Here's another one in marketing and design for large company commissions. And our graduates get support for 3 years after they graduate, a listening ear ready to help with the first few steps. These are some quotes from students who've enjoyed their time at AUB, relating to their career development. They talk about the professional relationships that they developed, being able to handle feedback and pitch ideas successfully, as well as understanding your own value going forward. This slide gives some useful websites and insights into what it's like to be in a creative career, what careers there are and where to find them, and most importantly, who employs them. And this is an aerial shot, just to show how close Bournemouth is to the beautiful coastline of Dorset. I I hope this presentation has been useful, and do get in touch if you have any questions about anything you've seen or anything else we can help you with. And hopefully I've managed to convince you that there really is an exciting future for students who study creative careers and creative degrees at Arts University Bournemouth. Thanks for listening.